profited $2,100 off of literally basically doing nothing. Like, what's going on, guys? Sebastian Escueta here. Now, in this video, we're gonna talk about a topic that I don't think a lot of people on YouTube talk about. It's normally talking about dropshipping or Amazon FBA or buying and selling stuff on the internet, which I've talked about basically all that stuff besides FBA on my channel. But Instagram, I talk about buying shoutouts from pages and running Instagram ads, but I haven't really talked about buying and selling Instagram pages themselves. Now, in the past, I've bought and sold pages. So in this video, I want to explain how to buy and sell Instagram pages and how I've made $2,000 off of one flip very easily. I'm gonna explain what page I bought, how I bought the page, how the deal went through, how I sold the page, who I sold it to. I'm not gonna disclose names, but I'll give pretty good in-depth details in every aspect so that you can get a good understanding of this business, and then in turn potentially buy and sell your own page. Good routes that you should take if you're buying a page, like what type of page to buy to make sure you're not losing money, how to verify that the page is good and all that stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. So I bought an Instagram page, this was a few months ago, for $500. Someone messaged me in the same town as me. He went to school with my little brother, and he DM'd me and was like, "Yo, Sebastian, I know you do all the internet stuff.
Hashtag Wi-Fi money."
And he was like, "I know you do internet stuff, would you be willing to potentially buy an Instagram page?" And I was like, maybe. I mean, what's the page? At the time, I wasn't into Instagram, and buying and selling pages wasn't something I thought had value in my life, which turns out it did. Because I was living with people who had millions of followers when I was living in LA. I had people who had 2 million follower Instagram pages, people who were verified all around me, but I didn't know how much money I could make with Instagram. And I still think I don't completely comprehend it. But I still did good. So he messaged me and was like, "I have this page, it's called blank, I wanna sell it like right now, so what can you offer?" And I was like, shoot, I really don't know, like what do you want for it? Because again, at the time I had no idea what to pay for it. So I quickly showed the page to one of my buddies, Christian, who was my old roommate, and one of his friends, who they were like business partners at the time. I was like, "Yo guys, this guy has an Instagram page, he wants to sell to me. How much should I pay for it? Why should I pay this much? And how much could I sell it for? Because I just want to go in and out. I just want to buy this and resell it." It's kind of like flipping anything else, like a car or like an iPhone. I used to do all that stuff, or like buying and reselling a house. All of that stuff. I just wanted to get in quick and sell it. I didn't want to manage the page or anything like that. It's like buying a house and renting it out versus just buying, fixing it up and flipping. I just wanted to buy it and resell it very quickly. So I asked my friends, I was like, "Yo, how much should I pay for this page?" And they were like, "Oh, like maybe $1,000, maybe like $1,500. And I said, "Okay, that's understandable." So I talked to the kid and he explained to me how he bought the page for $500. And I was like, what? I'll put the screenshots up of, well, we'll get into that actually. I'll put screenshots up of everything after this. So I was talking to the kid and he said he bought the page for $500 and he wanted somewhere in that ballpark. When he said that, I was like, what? Like, I was kind of freaking out. I obviously didn't act like I was freaking out because I knew I could make a lot of money when he said that. In my mind, I was like, you know, I was talking to him and I was saying like, "Oh yeah, you know, that's like okay. I mean, I don't know, we'll see what we can do." So long story short, I ended up talking him down and bought the page for $400. $400 flat. The page had 250,000 followers and I bought it for $400. And I'm not lying at all. I have screenshots right here of me talking to him. I did get on the phone with him, so I only have him saying that he wanted somewhere in the ballpark of 500, and I basically lowballed him and said like 350, and then he came back and said like 400, or he said 450, and then I was like, "I'll pay you 400 like today." And then how I paid him was I sent my little brother money, and I told my little brother to give him the money at school, and then the kid gave me the Instagram login. That's literally how it happened. It's not like I wired him money or anything. I literally had my little brother pay him in cash, so there was no way of me charging back. So yeah, I paid him, got the page, secured everything, changed the password, changed the email, changed the phone number, put on 2-factor authentication, secured the account as you should. And I owned a 250,000 follower page now. I was now
an Instagram god.
Not actually, but I now had a 250,000 followers. Like, I felt really freaking cool at the time. You know, I was now able to flex on the haters that I'm famous on Instagram. Not really, like the meme page was, it wasn't myself. So the page I bought, this is it. It was called Trickery. I sold it to a friend. Here's like the page itself. here's the engagement. I started posting really good content and it started banging. Like it was getting really, really good engagement. Hundreds of thousands of views on videos very quickly. Like I was running the page very good for about 2 weeks, and then I had some buddies who came into LA, but he owned a media company and he ended up saying that he had seen the page somehow. I think the guy I bought it from was trying to sell it on another page, on another like a buying and reselling platform where you can buy and resell Instagram pages. It was called Flipmas. He was trying to sell it on there, and the guy I met was trying to buy it. And so I was like, well, yeah, that's me, I'm the owner. So he ended up buying the page for me. I was talking to him, we did like a test run where he posted something on my page. It was like an ad, and apparently he made like $500 in an hour of the post, or like an hour or two. And then he bought the page for me for $2,500. Here's a screenshot of the Cash App transaction. Boom, it was straight Cash App, not Cash itself, it was Cash App. And so that was it. I got $2,500 for a page that I spent $400 for. So I profited $2,100 off of literally basically doing nothing. Like I bought the page, ran it for a week or two, just kept it up with engagement, and then that was it. I made over $2,000 just like that. It was freaking awesome. So I then from there got scammed later. I went to buy another page, looked for this page, found it on Flipmas. I'll put a screenshot up here. It was called Kermit Doses. Messaged the kid, bought the page, sent him $750 Bitcoin. I got the page, and it turns out this guy was a scammer. He's hacked into Logan Paul's YouTube channel, Target's Twitter, like Target, the store everyone goes to. He's hacked into their Twitter. Tons of things he's hacked. So I sent him $750. He sent me the account, and then he took the account back. Like he did, I don't know, some way he did it, and that happened. So I lost $750. But, you know, past that, I just wanted to give an example of like how not everything is gonna be perfect. I made $2,000 buying and selling that page. One thing I do kind of regret is selling the page so early on. So I bought it when it was at like 220,000 followers. It's now at like a quarter million flat, I think, now that the new people are running it. I could have had that page at 500,000 easily. I think I should have ran it properly and just grown it. I didn't, and I definitely lost out on a ton of money. If I grew it to 500,000, I could have sold it for probably 10 grand right now, which would have made a $400 investment with some time invested into 10 grand, which would have been amazing. So that definitely sucks, but you know, I bought and resold a page, literally had like spent not much money, $400 to generate $2,500, profiting $2,100. It was pretty awesome. Some of the stuff I think is you should find value. You could potentially make a lot of money just selling promos. There's so much value in that in itself. I know people who do easily like multiple 5 figures a month just selling promos on their Instagram pages, which is really cool. I find tons of value in it. I definitely should have done that with my pages, but I had never bought and sold an Instagram page. I'd never owned one. So that was really cool though, that I was just able to do that and generate over $2,000 profit pretty much doing nothing. It was probably some of the quickest money I ever made. It was just such a smooth transaction. Like the buying process of me buying it because I knew the seller in person, well my brother did, and then selling it because I knew the buyer and I met him in person and we did the deal in person. All of it was just very smooth, and I just really had an easy time making that money. And I do think that a lot of people don't understand how much money there is on Instagram. I have friends who have sold their accounts for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I had dinner with someone in LA who I think sold one of his pages for like 100 grand. I know someone who spent like $1 million on just buying Instagram pages to then run promotions on and grow them and then sell them for even more money. Like there's so much money in Instagram. It's like its own little digital real estate type of business. It's pretty cool. Basically the same concept as flipping for anything else. Like I bought and resell iPhones. I used to do that tons. I tried to buy and resell a car, but I ended up failing with that. I still own the car and it's a disaster. I'll maybe talk about that in another video. So much stuff went wrong. I bought like an older BMW M3 and so much went wrong. I don't know if I'll make a video on that, but you know, there's so many things that you can buy and resell. This is a perfect example. Buying and reselling Instagram pages is just such a fun business. So that was obviously my story, but I want to kind of give concrete examples for how you can buy pages. One of the things I did was when I was trying to buy new pages, I would just DM upcoming pages that I would see in the suggested tab or the explore section of Instagram and all that stuff is I would find pages with like 100,000 or less followers because I knew I could grow them pretty quickly, and I would literally message them and say, hey, would you be interested in selling your page? Because most of the time a lot of these pages are owned by little kids, like kids under, let's just say 16, and they don't have a lot of money. So if you offer someone $500 for a page with 100,000 followers or 200,000 followers, a lot of the times they'll accept it, which is very weird. Like that's not a lot of money for a big page like that. You should be paying thousands of dollars for that. But when they're little kids and they don't have a lot of, you know, intention of getting a ton of capital, when you offer them that amount of money, a lot of people will take those deals. It's the same thing like buying an iPhone. If you buy a used iPhone from someone who doesn't know the iPhone market and it's a $600 phone and you pay $200 for it, you can triple your money like that just because someone does not know exactly what the market value is. Now, I'm not saying take advantage of people, but definitely try to get good deals, obviously. And then once you buy the pages, I would suggest trying to find media companies that own a ton of pages and sell it to them. So you can just DM huge pages with like millions of followers. This is what I would do. I know the media companies though, so I can reach out to them directly, but it's like their Instagram, literally there's probably like 5 big companies that own most of the Instagram pages with like over 500,000 followers, which is crazy, but I have seen it like firsthand, and I actually know a lot of the companies that buy the Instagram pages own most of Instagram's pages. Like it's literally a digital real estate market on Instagram, which is crazy. So try to get into contact with those people who buy tons of pages, and by doing that, you will get in touch with people who have a lot of money, a lot of cash flow, and a lot of money to spend. I met someone who like, we were having dinner and the month prior he spent like $500,000 on pages. It was nuts to hear that. But there's a lot of money. So if you come to them with a 250,000 follower page and you want $5 grand and they see value in it, they may pay that amount. So you know, you have to get into those networks though, and by doing that, so how you do that is just DM a ton of the big pages, and eventually you may get into contact with those big media companies. But my camera is about to die. Hope you guys got value from this. If you did, smash that like button and click the subscribe button if you want to. I guess if not, that's fine. We just won't be friends until you're subscribed, and if you have any questions or recommendations, drop those in the comment section below. Other than that, I'll drop my Instagram in the description. It's just @TMP, it's 3 letters, very easy. Hashtag flex on you guys with my cool username. Completely kidding, but yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video because my camera is about to die. Hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough of this business that literally no one talks about. Like, it's so big, but not a lot of people discuss how much money you can make with Instagram, which is crazy. But I was here to kind of like shed some light on that, so hope you guys got value. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.